Nice clearing of the energy before we start, everyone. Oh. Amelia, you must have been bored. You were waiting for me to jump on, were you? I hope you've had a great day, Amelia. Everything been good with you? Oh, hey, Jade, how you going? Couple of early birds there. Craig's World's Imagine that, eh? Oh, well, there you go. Craig's World Bus. Everyone jump on board, you know. We've got comfy seats and we cruise them wherever we like to cruise. Oh, well, I hope you've both had really good days. I hope that you're starting to practice a few ideas that I've thrown out. You know, I hope you're taking a couple of things on to try for yourselves, because I'm a big believer in everyone needs to, you know, prove things to themselves in life. So you want to actually see if taking more ownership, appreciate you, Jade, taking more ownership of what you're doing changes the way things happen in your own world, right? Like, you can test it on your family and friends without them knowing. Jesus isn't bad, Amelia. Jesus was just misunderstood. You know? And for me, the only thing, and I've said this to you directly before, but the only thing about Jesus for me is he was a great example of how we can all live our lives. The actions that he lived his life through, his authenticity about who he was, and you know, that's just it. There's no, it's all the comments and limitations and how people, you know, take something that someone does and they twist it, you know, like at Sydney, Australia, in the hotel. Okay, Jade, well, that sounds like that's a lot of fun, hanging out in the hotel. Australia Day, yes, for Australia Day and all that. Yeah, so look, you know, it's a great example of what I talk about, guys, right? At the core of everything, when it comes to life, the one thing that we can all agree on, I think, is that if you're not trying to be the best version of yourself, why are you wasting your time trying to be someone else that you're not? You know, the one thing in life that I know has brought me the greatest joy is when I'm being true to myself, when I'm doing the things that bring me enjoyment and fun and make me feel up and about. That's the example that I'm trying to do. Hey, Davis Knight, here we go. And Victoria here drinking on Aussie Day. Very nice. Yes, tomorrow, Australia Day for us, should be a cracker. Jacinta, how you going? Lots of my new Aussie friends that like to hang out on my chats. Tom, how you going, mate? Happy Australia Day for tomorrow to everyone that is on. Great day for us. Great day just to be who we are and appreciate where we are. All right, so, you know, that's okay. Yeah. Yesterday, when I did a couple of hours live last night for me in Melbourne, Australia. We had a lot of trolls. A lot of trolls just spamming their comments, right? Hey, Wisdom, how you going? So, you know, I don't know why they waste their time making stupid comments. I mean, they could make their own YouTube page and make stupid comments if they're really that interested in having stupid comments. So, look, for those who there's a lot of people here that I've spoken to quite a few times now, and for those who have not heard me before, I am just a guy from Melbourne, Australia. My name is Craig, and my world rocks, and so does yours. And it's about, I like to talk about, hey, Invented Prime, welcome aboard, buddy. I like to talk about trying to become the best version of myself that I can be. I use this as I'm being the best example of myself, so that hopefully this is a example that everyone else can take on board. Like, do you not want to be the best version of you? It's not about following any particular, for me, it's not about following a particular thing. It's about being the best version that you are of, and doing the things that make you feel the best that they make you feel. Fred, my man, lovely thought, but I'm a busy man, mate. You'll have to go down there and party on without me at the Junction Hotel, all right? Now, Pam, if you are buggered, you go ahead, right? And if you like the idea that there's someone on here talking positively about life and about taking ownership of their own life, I jump on live a lot. So if people like what I talk about, please subscribe and put the notification on so you can see when I come on, because there might be better times that suit you, Pam. So that's something I just say to everyone. So, I'm a big believer that every single one of us, what we put out is what comes back. I'm a believer in that each person creates their own life as they go along, right? And if you want to transform your life for the better, you actually can make a huge difference in it. And we are making a huge difference in it. But most of the time, it's doing it unconsciously. We're not consciously aware of what we're doing and how it actually transforms what's going on a day-to-day basis in our lives. It's pretty straightforward, right? Yep, the simple comment of what you put out is what comes back. Yes, what happens in your world around you, or the reflection that happens around you, is actually a representation of what you believe and what's going on inside you. So if life looks really good around you, then you're feeling pretty good in here, in your heart. I point to my heart a lot because I believe that the answers that everyone seeks, the connection for life that everyone is seeking, and most people are looking out there, it's not out there. It's actually, we carry the answers for our individual, unique selves in ourselves. We all chose to come and live this life ourselves. We did it with groups of friends, I believe, on where we're from. We all got together and worked out plans of attack and, how are we going to attack this life and what do we want to get out of it? But we decided to do it. We decided to actually come and live this life. So we did that because there were a lot of things that we wanted to actually learn about ourselves from the perspective of, well, in this life, I'm Craig, from the perspective of being Craig. And basically that's it. And all of you guys, you're living your life, getting the perspective of what it is and all the things you've experienced from your personal perspective. So the person that has the answers to why you've decided to live this life, it has to be you. It's logical. Okay? So I see you, Jade. Go enjoy tea. So basically, it's thinking about a lot of things logically, but it's also experiencing a lot of things that happen when you act a certain way. I mean, think about some simple techniques. So when someone comes to your door and they deliver a package, right? Or they drop something off, but they've come all the way up the driveway and they've come to your door and, yes, mate, you've got to chuck the old shrimp on the barbie. That's what us Aussies do. Basically when they come all up to the door, they don't just chuck it in your driveway and they make the effort. I love to really say to those people, oh, thanks so much. Really appreciate that you've brought it up and, looked after that. Thank you so much. And I'm a little bit over the top, I suppose, or a little bit extra positive to them. What usually happens is they suddenly go, no problem. I appreciate you too. Like, there you go, mate. No dramas at all. And off they go. And it's almost like, because you've come at them in a really positive way, at a higher vibe, you've drawn them up to you. And they've come back at you with more of a positive vibe, right? Very good, Pam. No problem. That must be that you're enjoying your meal when you go, So it's proving that when you act a certain way, that's the reflection that comes back to you. See, if you want to transform your life for the better, I believe it's in each individual's hands. You know, we've been very programmed as a human race to give our power away to others. Oh, that person knows best, let them sort that out. That person knows best, let them sort that out for you. Whereas I'm a big believer that if you take ownership of your life, you can take the wheel properly, right? And then through your comments and thoughts and actions, you don't just let your emotions take control. You actually go, okay, I want to try and be glass half full as much as possible, because I know what I do is going to come back at me in my life. So it's about trying to be glass half full, not glass half empty. It's about realizing that your attitude does make a huge difference in your life. And it's something that each person is at a different level of understanding, right? Some people, I mean, I talk about a lot of the basics that I understand here on the live, because there's lots of people that are coming on. I've been doing the lives for a couple of months, and the channel's growing because I think people are getting to hear and see the authentic me, which is what I was trying to do, is just be the best version of myself and be that example that I think all of us try and be for our families and our friends. And we want our kids to do the things that they really appreciate, really love in life. We want them to go in that path where life isn't a chore, where they just love getting up and going doing what they're doing. That's a philosophy of mine that I've carried through my life. You know, I've got 2 grown adult kids that are out there taking on life themselves. And I've always encouraged, do the things you really enjoy doing, because your vibration is a much higher level. And you found, hey, Hogs Baffleworth, how you going, mate? Welcome aboard. I've always believed that that's where you get your energy from in a really big way. You know, when you do something that you don't like, who hasn't done a job? Maybe a lot of you have done jobs where you hate your job and your energy just drops during that time because you're just not, your heart's not in it, right? When you do something that's a passion of yours, something that you love to do, your vibe lifts up, you're excited. It's probably something you do on the weekends a lot of the time, and you're just really excited to go and do it, and there's no effort to get yourself up and about. Your energy starts flowing. The flow comes from doing things that you're passionate about. So why can't we try and work on adding more of those passionate activities and things that you do? Why can't we work on adding them into our lives more and more and more? Basically, that's how you start to transform your life for the better. You're the power in your life. That's what I like to say to everyone. You're in charge of what goes on in your life. I mean, I don't think there's a better thing I can say to you guys. You don't have to worry about someone else making stuff better for you. The decision's in your hands. Do you want to change your life? Do you want to do a job that you love to do, where you want to get up and go and do it because it's exciting? Pays you twice as much money. I mean, if you follow the basic understanding of do the things that you're really excited to do. Now, okay, you might be doing a job that, you know, you create the money for the family and you have to do the job because you need that much money to pay the bills, etc., etc. But maybe there are things that you were passionate about when you were a kid, and maybe you don't even do them anymore. Maybe they've just been pushed to the back and said, well, I can't really do that. I haven't got the time. I'm saying that if you can find time to even start doing something as a hobby, something that is, you know, maybe an hour and 2 hours on a Saturday morning, and you're doing something that's just for you, right? When you do those things just for you, and you go there, you're loving doing it. Your vibe comes up because it's something you're really into. You're looking forward to doing it. You actually also, the other thing that you don't realize you're creating in that situation is you're attracting, and other people are coming to that particular hobby that are also passionate about. I'm an Aussie mate from Melbourne, Australia. A case Carter. A case Carter. Oh, I've said that totally wrong. I was going to say Akadaka, but yes, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. So when you do something that you're really passionate about, all right, when you're doing that hobby or whatever it is, you're going and you're going to meet other people that are also passionate about the same thing you are. Like attracts like with vibration and with people, right? You said, oh, that's how friends become friends, because they're into the same stuff, All right, it's a basic another understanding of life. So you go and do this hobby, but if you're with other people that are also up and about and passionate about what you're all doing together, that's when opportunities can suddenly manifest themselves in your world, because you might, just a hypothetical, you might meet someone there that is doing what you're doing, and they suddenly have a business that is involved in doing what you're all doing, and they're looking for extra people to work for them. But if you hadn't started doing that hobby and joined that group and got to know them, you would never, and maybe you're giving an opportunity, and suddenly you're getting to do a job that pays you even more, and it's something that you're passionate about, because people can see when you're passionate about what you're doing. And even if everyone's getting a standard amount of money doing something and they're just like, oh, and the boss sees everyone's pretty depressed, but there's one person that loves doing it, that person ends up getting paid more, because passion makes them just be better at what they're doing. Yes, mental, I'll just call you mental paid elf. Yes, I am Australian. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. The Greys, yes. Oh, look, mate. Got to watch out for all our friends from the extraterrestrial world coming to join us very soon, I'm sure. Now, Mr. Blogs, unfortunately, we're not going to be catching up anytime soon. You can catch up with me right here, my friend. South Aussie, love South Aussie, man. Been there a few times. Beautiful there, mate. Absolutely beautiful. Sleep in my armpit. There you go. Good on you, Toyota. Welcome aboard, my friend. So yeah, look, again, getting back to my regular chats for people that haven't seen me before, and the ones that are here, because I think we have to remind ourselves that we have to create these new habits. You're the oh, Stinson. Is that a harsh cut into Craig's world? Oh, man, I'm down, I'm out. Extraterrestrials are just brothers and sisters of the universe, mate. And whether you believe in them or not, you know, there we go. Freddie boy, I'm doing what I'm doing, mate. And that's how it is, right? The you know, we want to change our lives for the better. I don't think there's anyone out there that doesn't want to create better things in their own world, right? Doesn't want to create more abundance, have more fun, have more joy, have more family time, have more hanging out with your friends. I mean, I'm telling everyone here that my understandings of life, that's what I've learned over my journey. The more positive you are, the better your world will transform for. It'll transform into. You know, you are the only individuals out there that limit what happened in your world, right? Your beliefs allow you to only have so much in your life. That's right. But again, Toyota, there's no place that you get to in life that you would say, I'm there, I've made the top of the castle, and it's as far as we go. I appreciate everyone, Stinson. I think everyone's on their own journey, mate, and everyone is at their own level of understanding. So, you know, you take what you like, you chuck out what you don't like, and that doesn't matter. That's with me, that's with everyone. That's how I look at life, right? You've all got things you're trying to solve and trying to improve. Maybe you listen to someone that you're not into what they're saying, but there's one comment where you go, shit, that makes a lot of sense. That actually answers that question that I've been trying to answer. And bang, there's your reason for being there at that point in time. It's just life. But I love it. Love life, and it's embracing it. And it's saying, you know what, if I'm here, I'm living this life. I've come into this life. I've come from somewhere. I was a baby, and then I'm living this life, and then I'm going to cross back over to wherever I'm going. I am someone that believes that existence goes on. I don't believe consciousness disappears. But if you're here, why not do the best you can, right? Why not do the best you can? Why not treat people like their family? Why not treat everyone as you'd like to be treated? I'm not someone that agrees with any type of negative attitude towards others or hurting other people or you know, hating that group because they believe something different to me. I'm a guy that believes in we're all the same. Why? I just don't understand the world sometimes, how much there's so much hate out there and so much battle lines drawn over some simple things, right? I mean, we're all the same. We come from the same place. We're all going back to the same place, regardless of what you think in this lifetime. So treat everyone the same. Treat everyone with love and respect and fun and joy. We're all trying to have a great, fun life, aren't we? Isn't that what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to have an enjoyable life that just, you know, we get to create great experiences for ourselves. And I think that's what everyone wants. I do think Bavy Lines, is that right? Bavy Lines, I think the first time you've been here. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think nothing's permanent, is it, Toyota? Everything's changing. Life is a constant changing, you know, situation. Like every day we are changing constantly. The only thing that exists for all of us is the now. There's nothing else but the now, right? That's right. Anger doesn't get you anywhere. Anger just blocks up all your energy and you can't move from that position. Oh, Pam. Wow, you don't want to start World War III. Come on, Pam. You're nicer than that, aren't you? So, you know, negative or anger or things that we don't want to, that aren't really positive at the time, things that happen to us when we aren't able to deal with them and we stuff them down inside, they end up being bottled energy. So you're not allowing that flow to keep going. We're not letting it go, right? If it's acceptance, the key to letting go of a blockage is accepting that particular thing happened to you, that you actually wanted it to happen to you. And I think that's the hardest thing about the understanding that we create what goes on in our life, because it's very easy for everyone to believe that they create the good stuff and the neutral stuff. But when it's the bad stuff or the things that seem negative at the time, it's very hard to accept that we had anything to do with creating that. But we're here to experience our lives and go through lessons and experiences that are for us to grow and become more open and expansive individuals. Sometimes a negative experience down the track, when you look back and you see where you get to, you realize if I hadn't gone through that so-called negative experience, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so the negative experience turns into something that was necessary to achieve something in the future for yourself. But because we don't look at the overall, we just see the individual sections of life while we're experiencing them, we don't get that chance to look back often until it's down the road, you know. So that's the other experience of life, right? But then you can get to a point where you understand that every experience is leading you down a path of improving what you're doing and going through better experiences all the time. And you start to trust that experience didn't seem positive at the time, but hey, I'm not going to react negatively because I reckon that's going to lead me into something good. It's like one door closing, another one opening, that type of thing. So it's really getting a grasp and analysing your life and yourself. They do, mate. Some people love their hell, right? You can create hell for yourself. I mean, most people I know that when they're younger and before you understand a lot of things, you create all types of crazy situations for yourself. I mean, look at all the young people coming out, you know, from 15 onwards, they start to actually, they're heading towards becoming adults and they start doing all types of things that, you know, just turn things to crap, right? Because they've never been taught that their actions actually lead to creating that stuff for themselves. So when you act badly to other people, you're not actually hurting the other people unless that other person allows you to hurt them, in a sense of accepting what you're saying or how you're acting. If they're allowing you to, you know, or they're believing what you're saying, then that affects them. But at the end of the day, your beliefs are what control what you're allowed to happen in your life. And the only person that you truly can change and control is you. So, Slam Metal, Ding Dong Football. I liked heavy metal as a young guy, yes, and I still like my heavy metal. But slam metal, well, you know, I went and saw, who was it? Metallica back in the 90s, and there was a fair bit of slamming going on there and a few of the mosh pits, I can tell you. There at Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne. Main thing I should know about. Well, Luke, you know, I try not to dive into religion because it's a really deep hole, right? But religion is, everyone seems to like having labels on the groups that they follow and they go along to. And for me personally, and obviously religion is basically, it's a bit of a limitation, but it's also got control factors in it that force people to do what the religious group wants you to do through, if you don't do this, you could find yourself in hell. So, you know, if you don't believe this, bad things can happen. I'm not wearing a cross, Luke, I'm wearing an Ankh. It's an Ankh, it's only a small one, but see the loop on top? An Ankh is an Egyptian symbol that means eternal life. So, yeah, religion is fine. If someone's really happy and comfortable believing the religion or having that as a place that they feel comfortable in, that's okay, right? But I myself am not a religious person. I think there's a lot more to understanding how life is and how it all works. And, you know, you get certain religions that just put really limited aspects on, you know, expanding yourself. They don't give you the power. They expect you to hand over your power to a higher purpose, where I'm a believer in the all that is, that the universe is one and we're all part of it and we're all equals and we're all brothers and sisters. And why should there be a title or something that you have to follow? Just listen to you, connect with you. You already have, in my opinion, every single person out there has the golden ticket to life, right? You're already a perfect person as you are. I'm sorry to hear that. Adam, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. That's no good. But again, that is life, and we all. And my mother died many years ago, wiped out by a truck over the wrong side of the road. You know, I'm here basically. I express myself on my channel. I'm put it out there for everyone. Life has ups and down experiences, and we have to learn to eventually accept these experiences. So, you know, we can move through our lives, and they're all lessons, right? Hey, Lewis, how you going, mate? Good to see you. You have to just go out there and live life to the best of your ability. Like, you know, do the things that you want to do, the things that make you happy. You're living this life, live it to the best of your ability. I haven't heard too many other people say anything better to me. That, you know, life is about experience, love, joy, friends, family. Go out there and experience the world as much as you can. Be good to everyone. Treat everyone the way you want to be treated. You know, basically work at a higher level. Try and work at a better level. You know, when you feel like saying something negative to someone, try and take control of what you're saying. Try and be glass half full. Situations will happen. How you deal with it is what's different. You get to choose how you deal with every situation that comes along. And when you act in a positive way with all your situations, your creations from that point will always be better, right? So it is really just about owning your life, owning your own life. It's not about owning anyone else. Everyone has always been taught, I think, in life in a big way about that the answers to life are out there, all right? The answers to life are out there. Go look for them, find the group that sits with you, whatever, right? The answers to life for me, they're not out there. They're inside yourself. So how do you connect more with your answers for you? wanting to find out why you decided to live this life, my advice is you have to spend a bit of time each day quietening your mind, just for 5 minutes a day. Just sit yourself somewhere quiet without the noise and craziness of life, and actually just relax and breathe, listen to yourself breathe, and, you know, ask yourself the questions, or basically check with yourself or analyze yourself on how you've acted through your day's experiences. Have you done the best you can? Did you let yourself down because you acted quite negatively in that situation? Maybe there's a belief in you that believes that was okay. Do you prefer to keep acting like that? Beliefs aren't solid in stone. You can change your own beliefs, right? You can change them. So if you don't like the way you act when certain things happen, change it, right? Change your own beliefs, because you can, right? You don't have to accept that you talk bad to certain people or certain groups or whatever. That's your choice. I mean, you know, so many people, I'm having a bit of my coffee now. So many people don't realise that many of your idiosyncrasies and the way you act and, you know, perform in your life to the world are often programmings from people that have raised you, right? So you get your family members, you get your neighbours, you get your teachers, you get your mates. Their opinions get absorbed by you as you go through your younger life. Now, just because you've taken on these beliefs at different points in your life doesn't mean you have to keep them forever. You can actually choose and analyse how you act and decide, do I like the way I act there? Do I want to change it? Because you can change it, right? You just have to realise. Fred, you're coming up with some beauties, mate. I've got to tell you that much. You just got to realise that you can. You have the power to change your life for the better and let go of beliefs or, you know, program things that are having you act a certain way with certain situations, you know. And, you know, if you've got a real heavy blockage of negative energy in you, you'll find certain situations keep repeating, like you'll keep having the same pattern and things happen in your life over and over again. The reason is that you won't let go of it, and your subconscious mind keeps recreating the negative that's blocked because you won't get luck. So you're on a loop. It's like the record player's stuck and you can't get the needle out of that one spot because you won't accept that this happened at some point, and your subconscious is recreating it to try and make you look at yourself and say, do you still want this to keep happening? I'll keep recreating it because you keep believing you can't let go of it. You've got to learn to accept everything that ever happened to you, warts and all, accept it all and let it flow on, right? If you don't let go of blockages, if you don't let go of memories from the past that were negative, let's say, or it was a negative experience when you were younger, let's say, and you're hanging on to that because when you were a younger kid, you didn't know how to deal with it, and so all you did was bottle it down. But when you become an adult, you can look at your life from a different perspective. So you can choose, see that and say, I don't need that, but I can accept that. It wasn't great at the time, but I can accept it that it's happened to me, so let's let that go. And that allows the flow of energy to continue back through yourself, because we are energy. We are constant flow. Like life is supposed to flow like that, just smoothly along, right? It's not supposed to, we're not supposed to get to a point and stop, right? Blockages are no good for us. If we don't release a blockage of negative situation, it transforms or turns into a physical ailment. That's how physical issues get manifested in your body, because you've got a blockage of energy. We need to be allowing our energy to flow. We need to lift our vibration, right? We need to lift it up. Basically, the way to do that is to do things you really enjoy. Because not one person, when you're enjoying what you're doing, Aren't you up and excited and happy? That's when your vibration's higher. That's you realizing I'm actually lifting my vibration because I'm enjoying myself. If you're not doing things that you're enjoying, change it. Do something else. It's like it's not about it's realization that, you know, life is your decision, right? It's your decision. If you don't like something, move on, try something else. If you like what you're doing, stick with it, keep going until you don't like it anymore. But don't do things that give you the shits, right? I'm sorry to hear you're bored, Pam. If you're bored, you can always go. It's life, right? I was just saying that. Maybe I was saying that for you. For not getting me, man. Yeah. Look, Pam, you know, like everyone's allowed to be themselves as long as they're not being too disrespectful to everyone else, all right? So, you know, if you treat people badly or you talk badly, of course things are going to block you and ban you because it's not accepted on the forums that you're on. So, you know that. But we in life, I hope that more of you start to understand. Nah, you're fine, Pam. You're fine. You know, it's also about really, I think we could talk a little bit more about letting go of a lot of blockages. I think that's something that actually everyone's carrying a lot of blockages through their lives, right? Hey, Brianna, how you going? I hope you're going okay. I hope life's good. When it comes to our blockages, when it comes to experiences that we haven't been able to deal with and accepting them, because when you do accept it, when you do accept that you had something to do with creating that situation, and I know when it's something from when you're younger and it might be a bad experience, maybe there was an adult that treated you really badly, dumped a lot of their attitude onto you through verbal abuse or whatever it might have been, right? But when you become an adult and you look back at the situation, if you accept it and say, hey, if I hadn't gone through that, you know, I wouldn't have got to where I am today. I wouldn't be where I am now. So that situation kind of transforms from being a negative one into, yeah, you know, being a positive one. And it is easier to accept a positive, but if you can't see it like that, I hope that at some stage we all understand that when you do accept all the things that happened in your life to you, that's when you really allow the flow of energy to start happening within your life, right? Rehan, how you going? Welcome. Oh no, it's all good, guys. Yeah, it's the flow. It's getting that flow of energy happening for yourself, right? Blockages exist. Blockages exist. To allow the blockages to disperse and clear from yourself, you must accept yourself, warts and all. See, because as everyone that's listened to me before knows, I'm a big believer that I create my own reality. So what I'm putting out there is what I'm creating. But you can't create half of your life, right? You either create all of it or you create none of it, right? Yeah, so we'll just do that, and his friend can do that too. Yeah, we'll just focus. Sorry, guys, just cleaning up a couple of things there. We just have to learn to accept that you have to accept all of yourself. See, I think that's where the blockages get stuck. I think that's where a lot of things get stuck with us, because we all can accept, yeah, I was involved in creating that great experience. But if you've involved in creating the great experience, you've got to have been involved in creating the negative one, right? But it's the perception, it's the way you perceive the experience at the time. It can seem really negative at the time when you're going through it as a younger person or an adolescent, but when you become an adult, that's when your perception of the situation will look different. And a lot of the time that will help you to let it go. You know, when you become when you're living your most authentic life, you become empowered, I think, with understanding that when things happen to you, you experience them and you let them go. You don't hold on to anything, and you do it on a daily basis. And I'm kind of like at a point now with myself and everyone else where we just need to, once a day, analyze your day. How have you been through the day? Have you been the best version of yourself you can be today? Have you put out as much positive? Have you reacted to situations in a good way? If a situation happened and you reacted really badly, have a look at yourself. Is there something there that it triggered some belief that's a negative or limiting belief in me because I reacted like that? Because the only way you're going to change it is to recognize again what's happened, recognize that you have some limiting belief and let it go, accept it. So then you can put in place a much more positive belief. But it is all about yourselves, right? Life is about you. It's not a selfish way to think. It's a self-love, self-empowerment, self-worth way of looking at life. You came into this world by yourself. You are living this life as a conscious, perfect being, in my opinion, and you're having the experiences that you're having, and you're doing the best job you can do, and you should all be patting yourselves on the back saying, I'm doing okay. Because at the end of the life, you don't have to worry about whether you go on. I'm telling you now, from Craig here, I know we all go on. We all are a part of the all that is. We never disappear. We're immortal. We go on. We live the next life. I believe in reincarnation. You've already got, here's one of my lines, you've already got the golden ticket, right? You don't have to worry about, you don't have to be negative or be fearful of what's going to come down the line. Live your life to the fullest, right? Live your life to the fullest. Do the best you can. And each person will learn the lessons that they need to learn as they go along, right? We're all at different levels of understanding. We've all got to get the answers that we need for ourselves, right? So it's really just about fully accepting you, right? Embrace you. Don't worry about what's happening around you. Draw it in. I'm Australian, Brandon. How you going, mate? From Melbourne, Australia. Craig is my name. This is my YouTube channel. And I won't be throwing those numbers around. That's very, very silly. That's old news. We'll move on from that. Doesn't mean nothing. So everyone, let's all go forward from today onwards and let's really try to have a singular focus about ourselves. Let's analyze ourselves a bit more, because you can't change another person. No matter how much you respond to, I'm just reading a few comments here. I do my best, Brianna, because I'm an Aussie drunk chunk. That's entertaining for me to read a lot of the comments. The attitudes in your life, at the end of the day, you might not realise it now, but you basically do You are in charge. You're the people that are in charge of your own lives. And, you know, I'm big on speaking to people about, well, you know, if you want to get more connected with what life's about, regardless of all the beliefs that everyone has, being connected, that life is important, that you've come here for a positive and important reason. You know, believe in yourself, connect with who you are. Don't worry about looking out there for the answer. The answer's inside yourself. You carry the answers to life inside yourself, right? Whether you want to call it a religion, whether you want to call it a spirituality, whether you want to call it positive attitude, whether you want to call it, you know, understanding and being comfortable that life is important. I'm going to be my own shining light. I'm going to listen. Also, Brianna, I love you, dear, but I don't treat people as sinners. Everyone's equal. As far as I'm concerned, we're all equal. Everyone's at their different lessons and experiences. So, you know, that's how I see it. We're equal. We're part of the all that is. We're part of the God, Goddess, all it is, energy of life, right? If you want to experience, and I say this to everyone, you want to experience or connect with what's going on, you're living on a living, breathing planet. Go try hugging a tree. Try hugging a big tree, close your eyes and breathe while you're holding it, right? No, Eliz, no one really knows. The only thing, and I'm here speaking my truth. Obviously, it's my YouTube channel here, Eliz, so I'm going to answer this for you. I've had two experiences in my life, and I'm a 56-year-old Melbourne Australian man. I've had two experiences where I've been out of my body, actually separate, seen my blue energy vibrating, felt about 1,000 times more energy than what I feel in the physical body. And I know that we go on to something. All right, that's my understanding for me. You can believe that or not believe that, but there is a man that I always, anyone that's not sure about if they go on in life, read a book called Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. If you haven't heard of him, Robert Monroe is probably the most well-authored out-of-body experiencer that has existed to this point that I know of. There is an institute in America called the Monroe Institute where people go to experience out-of-body traveling. It exists. If you can step out of the physical body, there has to be more to life. You don't just vanish. So check out Journeys Out of the Body. It's an awesome book. Robert Monroe. That might give you a few more ideas and answers there, Liz. I don't know, but see how you go. Yeah, I didn't get round to it, Dirty Rat. Didn't get round to it, mate. Sorry. I'm very busy doing all these lives now, mate. You can ask questions whenever you like. No worries, Fred. Just hang out for a minute. I'll be there at some stage. Tasahi, what do men live for? Well, we live to just enjoy and experience life to the fullest and be the best example we can be for everyone else around us. How's that? Life. Life, the universe, and everything. Does everyone here know that life, the universe, and everything, the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42? Does everyone know that? There's another great movie. There's another great movie. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I love that. That's a great movie. If you've never seen it, watch it. There was also a series. I don't know if it was only in Australia. I think it was... might have been an English series originally, but yeah, there's a movie called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There's also books, bit of fun, but really interesting one to read, that one. Well, Liz, you know what? I've never been one to just accept what others tell me, right? I'll tell you all a story, and this is nothing against religion, all right? I want you to know that. When I was a young guy, I was in a chapel. I'd been sent there as a 12-year-old to go to this chapel to listen to this sermon. Obviously, you don't get much choices when you're a kid. And this sermon, at the end of the sermon, I won't say what religious group it was, but at the end of it, they said, now, if you believe in God, we want you to come up the front. And if you don't come up the front, ask God to forgive you for your sins. Unfortunately, then that's when you could, burn in hell. The priest actually said that if you don't come up the front and give yourself to God, the ones that don't are the ones that end up burning in hell. And I was a 12-year-old kid, and in my heart of hearts, I was like, that's not right what he's saying. And I had to sit there. I would not go up the front. My body just went, this is not right. I'm not saying all religions do that, but when you hear someone putting out a negative comment to make you do what they want, or make you do or believe what they want you to believe, that can't be right any way, shape or form. So, everyone out there, you have the power. You have the power to choose what you do in your life. It's yours. You are part of the all that is. You are God. God is all that is. You are perfect, every single one of you. You basically are a perfect spark of love and light, even if you don't know it. Right? You're living this life and you're having this mind-blowing experience. You're a human being. You're living this life. You're having experiences. At the end of the day, we all came here the same way. We're all going to leave the same way. We're all the same. We're brothers and sisters of the same group, right? Whatever you want, whatever title you want to put on that. But we're all the same. So why are we not treating everyone with great respect? Why are we not just treating everyone the way that we want to be treated? I don't know about anyone else, but I want to basically just live a life of fun and joy and happiness and have the family do the things they want to do. And I want my family to have the great experiences in life. And I want everyone to be kind people. Because at some point your life's done and you'll move and that's it. And you want to make the most out of it that you're here. You don't want to muck around and waste your time. You don't know how much time you've got, right? Now, I believe we go on and we keep existing, but this is an important life. This life that Craig's living here, it's important. It's important to me. It's important to my family and my close people. And I think everyone would agree, right, that they want to be the best example they can be for their families and the people around them. And I think that's how we transform the world to a happier place, right? I think it is. It's like the old still pond, you take a little pebble and you drop it in a pond and it ripples out 100 times. One person can help transform many. It's not about forcing. Chicago Police is from Australia. Well, welcome aboard, mate. It's not about you trying to make other people believe what you believe. It's about you being the best version of yourself. Don't force a thing. If you have to force something, if you have to drive your thoughts down someone's throat, then you're doing the wrong thing, right? That's right, always chill. That's it. YouTubers, right? You always want to be chill, right? I think everyone just needs to focus on who they are, be a good person, because being an authentic person, it's not a religious term, it's actually being true to yourself. The only person that knows when you're lying is you. And if you're lying to yourself, you're not being an authentic person. Treat people the way you want to be treated always, because they are a reflection of you. So if you want your life to get better, start understanding that what you put out there is what comes back. And when you really understand that, when you start to believe that and it comes into your life that way, and you consciously start to take ownership of that, your life bloody transforms awesomely, right? It really does. Because you don't have fear about what's coming up. You know, well, I'm acting this way, I'm being the best version I can, I'm putting out great things, and it still starts to come back better and better and better. Right? But you can only prove these things to yourself, right? You can only prove all these things to yourself. Russell, how you going, mate? Hi to you. Everyone that's on, we have a big 15 people at the moment, so this is fantastic, right? But I say to all of you, you're all perfect sparks of existence. You all have the golden ticket. live your life to the fullest, be the best version of yourself. Life can be great if you want it to be. If you want your life to be a horror show, you can have that too. Some people like horror movies, right? I'm not going to, tell you can't do that as well, but I personally like positive stuff to be going on. I want to create a bit more abundance. I want to create a bit more freedom. I want to travel a bit more. I want to have better experiences, meet more exciting people, all that stuff, because don't put limitations on yourself or on your life, right? Do the things that make you feel the best you can feel, and that's it, right? And no one can tell you what that is. No one can tell you what you're passionate about. You know what makes you tick. So, yes, Liz, that's very sad. Okay, that's happened. I'm sorry that happened, and that's the harshest thing about life, isn't it? But take this on for yourselves, is that, if you start to connect with more of who you are, you can connect with our family and friends that have crossed over. You can, right? Clairvoyants and psychics aren't anyone special. Every single one of us has the ability to connect with friends and family that have crossed back to the other side. We just don't use those, we just don't practice enough. We just don't, work on that. Meditation classes, going to meditation classes, if you've never done it, is something to look into. Meditation classes connect you with others that are meditating, so it helps your energy to lift easier. So, yes. I appreciate all of you. Even Dirty Rat. Even Dirty Rat, eh? Yes. Do I believe in spells? That is a good question, wee wee. Spells work for the individual if they believe this spell will do a certain thing and they believe it wholeheartedly. Then they use that spell as a tool to create that thing happening. I believe that behind the spell, you are actually creating that thing happening in that way. See, the individual, we are the power. We are all that is. This world, this world is basically like a simulation, right? But we've created this simulation so we can step into it to experience life and learn and see ourselves from different perspectives, right? So it's basically, you want to be able to learn how to, from not knowing to knowing that you are in charge of transforming your life for the better. This is a world where we can do it, This is a world where you can do it. It's understanding that you, sorry, reading a few of the comments here. Understand that you guys all have that ability to transform at any point in time, to transform your life into what you want it to be. You just have to analyze who you are. You just have to take notice of how you're acting. If you're going out there in the world and you're reacting in a really low vibrational way when things happen, and you just automatically are yelling at someone or cracking the shits about this or whatever, you are going to keep attracting that low attitude vibration to you. You're not creating good things. You're telling your subconscious, you act in a certain way. Your subconscious keeps bringing those creations to you. Do you all understand that? Right? So your actions create your reality. So why would you act like a dick if you understood that? You would act like a positive person. You would act like someone that wants to have good things happen in their life. And I know it's not an automatic thing for a lot of us to do, but we need to start to work on that. And if it takes, that's why I talk about taking 5-10 minutes of the day, sitting quietly. Say you get home from work, sit quietly in your bedroom and just breathe and think about how you've been over the day. Are you happy with yourself? There is no imaginary force out there that is going to judge you. The only person that judges you is you, and the only person that can change the way you act is you. And you have to realize that it's all about you taking ownership of yourself and your life. You can't just act sarcastic or act like a smart ass or whatever and expect that things will turn out great. Hey, Liv, how you going? We have to take ownership of what we do. Now, Pam, it's just a bit silly saying that comment over and over again, so let's let that one go because I don't think you're getting a response from people. Yeah, I'm talking about taking ownership, Michael. Hello there. Yeah, your life is your life. This is what I talk about. Craig's World Rocks. Craig talks about life, the universe, and everything. And the one thing we all should be doing is taking ownership of ourselves, right? You can't pass the buck onto someone else because shit's going down, right? You have to have a look at what you're acting like, because I can guarantee you that your actions will match up with the things that are going on in your life. Yes, you know, there are situations that are unchangeable. There are times when people pass away. There are times when bigger things happen that aren't necessarily your creation, but you're here seeing it. But the way you respond to that continues to create your own reality around you. So it's ownership, guys. It's taking ownership. It's being in charge of your life. Yes, you are, Liz. You are. And it is. It's everything you go through is to help you activate being more of who you are. You know, life is about that. Life is about the realization and the connection of who you are, so you can start to take more and more steps towards becoming the whole you, bringing in more of the real you, the authentic you, right? Living life to that fullest. Now, I say to everyone again, if you like the things I talk about, don't forget to subscribe, because you only get to see me in my authentic self when I'm live. When you're watching my videos, that's another thing. But I've found that more people connect with me here when I'm live, and obviously you can just ask questions if you like, right? But always what I want to talk about is you guys understanding more fully that it is about you realizing that you have the power to change your life. Appreciate you, Liz. Appreciate you. And that's it, right? You wanna have a better life. If life's not going good and you're feeling disconnected about your life, take ownership of it. Take ownership of it. Life is about learning, and it is about taking the steps that are right for you. Some people in their lives are not going to take steps. Some people are going to have experiences and it'll be too much, and they'll just stay flatlined. They won't actually continue to step. That's okay, because we all go on. So everyone has to go through these at their own pace. Everyone goes through existence at their own pace. There's no right or wrong time. Everyone doesn't have to make it, because you've already made it. Every single one of you has already made it. Every single one of you is a player in the great movie of life, right? And we constantly play a role, move on, come back, play another role, and it rolls on. You know, another analogy I often say is like, imagine a massive football stadium, and you're up the top of the stands in the stadium, and on the ground is this jigsaw puzzle, and it's like 1/3 of the ground is filled with tiny little jigsaw pieces. And every single one of those pieces is one of the lifetimes that you've lived. This lifetime is one tiny little jigsaw puzzle piece that goes into the massive array of experiences that you've had. The necklace. So you're picking on my ankh, are you? Don't pick on my ankh. It's not. Egyptian symbol means eternal life. The half loop on top of the bottom cross. If you look at Egyptian stuff, you'll find it. Excuse me, guys. Yeah. So, suddenly I've got something to say. Boom. Moon Knight uses one of those. Okay, cool. Must need a bit of, no, I think it's just, a fly went down my throat there. Yeah. So, you know, it's the ownership of your life that I'm coming on YouTube, and I've been doing this the last couple of months where I've been doing lives to show who I am, to try and be the most authentic person I can be, put out my thoughts about life. Always remember, with anything and any time you talk to someone or listen to someone, take what you like, throw out what you don't like. I don't expect anyone to agree with everything I'm saying, but there might be things that I should say that actually answer questions for you that you haven't been able to answer. Great. Take the idea, run with it, try it, add it into your life. Go after creating the best version of yourself you can be in your life. You know, so life's not about achieving perfection. Life is about the journey. And I want you all to go away with that today, all right? Life is about the journey. Embrace the journey. If you want to go through hell, then your beliefs and things are going bad for you. You've got beliefs that believe you deserve to go through stuff like that. But remember always that you can change your beliefs. You can change attitudes when you know that you're acting in a certain way. It's when you decide that, no, I don't want to act that way anymore. I want to act a different way. And then accept that you've been doing it, let it go. It doesn't have any use for me now. And I'm going to start adding or acting like this. Your actions create your world. Your actions create your world. So what you say and what you think and what you do transforms your life. That's it. Yes. All right. So, yeah, really good, guys. So there you go, guys. I think I'm about done for the day anyway, so we've done over an hour. I appreciate all you guys that are still on. Fred Blogs, you never know, mate. We might cross paths at some day. You keep trying, brother. I want you always to remember that you can't make a mistake, right? But if you want to change your life for the better, change it. Do the things that you prefer to do. Start doing them. If you're not doing the things that you love in life, if you're not doing things that make you feel really good, why are you wasting your life? All right? It's that easy. Do the things that you love to do. Life will transform for you. If you like how I talk, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications so you know when I jump on. I am on regularly, Monday nights, Australian Eastern Standard Time. I don't do Mondays. Everyone's having a night off that night. So Australia Day is tomorrow here in Australia. Happy Australia Day to everyone. Celebrate your families. Be good to yourself. Be good to everyone else. And I'm going to catch up with you all very, very soon on the next live. All right? So take care, everyone. Enjoy.